So yesterday we were studying about reflex action and reflex arc. See, reflex action takes place through the arc. Reflex arc means actually there is a response to any stimuli. Okay. So whenever you touch, for example, whenever you touch any hot object, you remove the hand suddenly. You take your back hand suddenly because so that hotness will act as stimulus. See, that will be taken by a group of chemicals called receptors. These receptors will be there at the tip of our fingers or wherever they tip. So they will carry the what message, and they will send through sensory nerves to the spinal cord. So first when you sense it, so sensor nerves carry that message. Receptors will, this is receptor. Receptors will carry the message through sensor nerves, and they will send to spinal cord. The spinal cord will take that message and send through motor nerves through the muscles, hand of the muscles. Then hand of the muscle will come to know there is hotness. Suddenly will take care. So this will take place between reflex arc which contains receptors and effectors. One is hand is receptor. Taking your hand back or due to that pain is called effectors. Okay. So after the reflex action, then is a relation between human brain or spinal cord, or only this what reflex action is different and spinal cord is different and reflex actions are different. Is it like that? No. So all of them are coordinating each other and they are performing a particular function. Okay. So now we will try to know what are the autonomic nerve system. Actually, there is one system called peripheral nerve system. In peripheral nerve system only we have types. One is autonomous, okay. One is voluntary nerve system, and one is central nerve system. These all are there. So when you say involuntary, or generally we call voluntary. Involuntary means what? See, autonomic means actually auto means what? Self. Nomos means governing. So self-governing, self-looking after is called autonomous nervous system. So this is present in the internal part of the body where the internal control is did by what? Autonomous nervous system, and they are not under the control of the brain. They are not under control. We cannot control. Okay. So digestion part we can't control. Respiration we can't control. So whichever the actions are not under the control of the brain, they are said to be involuntary actions. Okay. So in general they will control. It means internally there is little bit control of their own system. But still they are called involuntary because they are not under the control of the brain. Because they have their own system of working, and after anything affects in major quantity, that affects the brain. Okay. Now, then there is one more which is called voluntary nervous system. Voluntary means what? Okay. So suppose I will give one nice example. Very simple. Voluntary actions are those actions which are under the control of the brain. For example, you are going to school on the way. Okay. You are just moving. And suddenly you see the watch. Then your watch shows that you are late for 10 minutes. If you are late for 5 minutes, you may not enter the school. So there what happens? This nerves, they will send the messages that your time is getting fast. So move faster. So that message is sent to the brain. So brain will through nerves only. So nervous electrical impulses will send the message to the brain. So brain will send the message that your time is getting on. So move fast. So when you think that you move fast means you are getting message from the brain. So that due to that you are able to move faster. Means these are under the control of the brain. Okay. like writing a letter, reading, or walking, or doing any simple work. Suddenly you stop because you are not interested. You stop because you stop. You can stop because you are. This is under your control. Okay. So these actions are involuntary, which are not under the control of the brain. Voluntary actions are those which are under control of the brain. Okay. Like reading, singing, dancing, writing, reading. Okay. Jogging. These all under the control of the brain. Okay. So after this, we try to find actually is there any relation between. This is actually central nervous system, generally called central nervous system, which comprises of two main parts. It has very important is one is human brain or one is spinal cord. These two are very important. So brain and spinal cord play important role because brain controls all the activities of the body. Brain is a controlling and coordinating center of the what? Body. Again, there are nice examples. See, first of all, when you study structure for brain, it is very soft. It is covered in a what? Hard structure called cranium. It's called cranium. That cover up for brain which is present in that place is called cranium. So cranium means it is skull only. Your skull is cranium. It is hard. It contains calcium phosphate in large quantity. It is tougher. It is tough. Okay. So inside the cranium, we have mainly brain is divided into three parts. So before telling this, I will tell something about what? One simple action. Okay. Then we will go for other parts of brain. See, suppose you are touching a hot object. This example yesterday also I gave, but still it is related to this. Okay. So when you touch an hot object, only the message will move. The message will pass through the receptors and effectors and it will respond. Okay. This is the activity of the whose? Spinal cord. So spinal cord's work is to take the message, receptors from the receptor will take the message, pass on to the what? Effectors, and your muscles will come to know somebody is touching, hot object I am touching, so you will take it back. Okay. One more thing is there. Suppose you think that whatever the plate you are holding, suppose it is a hot plate, it is made up of china dish. Okay. It is too hot. So your spinal cord says that you can touch. Okay. But your brain is very thinking center. Highly thinking center of our body is brain only. So brain will think and it will give message that you think 100 times before leaving that plate, because that plate is made up of china dish, china ware, and it may break away and you may get scolding from your elders, father, mother, sister and all. So to avoid this, so brain will give the message that, so two times you are getting the message, one from spinal cord that you take your hand back. So brain will tell that don't take your hand back because there may be loss. Means, so brain will interpret in always as in a positive manner. So it thinks and acts. Okay. So this is about how the brain will interpret whenever the situation, according to that situation, a person will be working not due to spinal cord, due to brain. As per the signals of the brain, if you work, your work will be proper and it is free from damage. Otherwise, there may be loss and damage. Then we try to find what are the main parts of the brain. So I told already the outer layer, the main part of the brain. So brain is situated in a part called cranium. Inside the part, so outer cover is called skull or cranium. Okay. So this outer cover is, again inside there is three layered structure. So this three layered structure is called meninges. It's called meninges. So in this meninges there is see, some liquid is present completely. This all, see, suppose you take I'll give you a nice example like gulab jamun. There will be two types. One is dry, usually it will damage quickly, spoil quickly. One is which is stored in sugar shells. Like that only, our brain is also is stored in a fluid called cerebrospinal fluid. Cerebrospinal fluid is completely covered here. Everywhere it is covered. It looks like jelly-like structure. It is like jelly structure which protects internal parts and which acts as a what? It supports or it prevents the brain from mechanical shocks and wounds. Suppose if you fall down, so suddenly after 1 or 2 minutes you will become okay because your cerebrospinal fluid will be acting, will be helping you to manage. Okay. So our brain is divided into 3 parts. One is forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. 3 parts. Okay. So forebrain is very important part of our brain because see, thinking, reading skill, writing skill, dancing skill, all the sensations, all the centers are associated with this forebrain. Means there is each and every point there is, if you are a good artist, so drawing skill is present. Means this part, there is a particular part where it is developed quickly. It has highly developed. Okay. Again, in this we have, there is little more information about this brain. It has grey matter and white matter. Okay. So the one who has more grey matter, they are very good in mathematics. They have very less grey matter, they are little poor in mathematics. Okay, in general, this you learn in higher classes. So forebrain has different centers in all, see, like writing skill, reading skill, singing skill, drawing skill, okay, oratory skill. So all the centers are present in this part. Okay. So whenever, suppose you write something, so this forebrain will send message to whom? From some message will come. Where? From spinal cord. So message will come here and it will interpret. Forebrain will interpret that you are good at writing or if you are good at singing. So this will develop automatically because the message is coming that you are good at this. Unknowingly it is coming. It is not a condition that message should come. Unknowingly you are able to develop yourself because of your self-interest. So in this way, this will act as a very important part of the what? Brain. Okay. Then there is one more center called cerebrum. Okay. Cerebrum's work, see, it has nothing, but it will regulate all the other activities. Regulate other activities of the body, cerebrum. Okay. And here, hindbrain is made up of 3 parts. One is pons, one is cerebellum, one is medulla oblongata. These 3 are very important because what is the function of that? See, pons will regulate respiration, regulate the respiration. So the respiration of your body is completely regulated and controlled by one small structure in a brain called pons. Okay. Suddenly you will be jogging, you will fall down, little unconscious. Suddenly you become little, after 1 or 2, 5 or 10 minutes you will become conscious. So who will do that work? That coming from unconscious, conscious stage and all, that work is controlled by pons. Pons are present at this place. Pons are present at this place. Okay. So their work is to regulate respiration, respiratory system. Cerebellum is very important because that will control, that will regulate posture and balance of your body. I am able to stand because of this, what? Cerebellum is controlling my whole body. I can stand, I can teach, I can discuss, I can finally do all the things by standing because that will be balanced by cerebellum. Here, medulla also is important because that will control involuntary reactions. Heart. Suddenly your heart beats due to some anger and all. So who will control that? So that is controlled by medulla. Medulla will make your heart slow, regular, slow. Then you become normal. Heartbeat becomes normal. Sweating reduces and you become normal person because that is controlled by medulla. Even BP, sugar, all of these are controlled by this what? Medulla. So these three are the important parts. Then there is one gland called pituitary gland in the brain, which is very important because hormonal balances of the whole body is controlled by one gland called pituitary gland. That will control and that will help you to work as per the situation. So hormones are very important. As per your age, there are different hormones developing from 12 years. You start developing different types of hormones, growth hormone. Okay. The hypothalamus is a very small part. It will control all activities of the cell. Then what is the work of spinal cord? What does it do? Spinal cord is important. Spinal cord is very important. Why it is important? See, whatever the messages are coming, are regulated, are passed from all the parts of the body. First, they will reach through the receptors, through sensory nerves, and spinal cord will take the message. And wherever it is required, it will go and pass that message to that part. Suppose if the message is needed to here, what for the so that message is transferred, means effect will be taking place. So spinal cord is nothing, it is containing 31 pairs of vertebra, and there are nerves rising from spinal cord. So nerves rising from spinal cord will pass from the spinal cord, they are called spinal nerves, and all are connected to that spinal cord and other parts of the body. Spinal nerves, we call spinal nerves. Then what are cranial nerves? So brain is also called crania. Cranial nerves means these cranial nerves are rising from the brain and passing from brain to all parts of the body. So they are cranial nerves. The brain, nerves coming from starting from spinal cord are called spinal nerves. They pass from one spinal cord to all part of the body. So they both will regulate the body in a proper manner. There is coordination and control and adjustment between spinal cord and brain. Okay, that's why. Then what is spinal cord? It is a long structure, right? Long, which is very, very hard, tough. So that tough back, it is really touched. See, it rises from the brain, and it moves at the back. This is back. This is your back actually. Your back. Okay. So here there is spinal cord, and here there are spinal nerves. Here like this, spinal nerves, and these are connected everywhere like this. These are connected everywhere. Okay. So spinal nerves. So cranial nerves are also here. They are also connected. They control the activity of the brain. So in this way, so brain has important role, and it is a very proper control coordinator of the whole body. Then now there is one question: how the tissues work here? So I told, suppose I touch hot object, the hot object's message is taken by the receptor. The receptor is here. Okay. On the tip of the skin there is a receptor. Finger is a receptor. So receptors will carry through sensory nerves and send to the what? Spinal cord. So spinal cord will, from spinal cord it goes to the effector, and again effector will send back to the message that there is hot, don't touch. Then it will come back. But how it will take place? What is the role of tissues here? What tissues do actually? Here, there are many millions. Muscular system is very systematically developed, well developed, and through electrical, see I told already, electrical impulses or electrical signals are passed from one part of the body to the other through so many millions of nerves, and nerves are present along with the muscles also. Then how it will reach? Here what happens, these muscles actually they are very, first of all they are very small in size. Actually, what they do, know, whenever the message comes or electrical impulse come, there, if it is a long, the nerve cells are long, muscle cells are long. There, what they do, there is a protein inside the muscle. I think you last year studied about that protein inside the muscle. So this protein makes the muscle or muscular cells shorten in size. They come very close, so that easily this message can pass. They come closer due to protein, and quickly the message passes. If it is a long size, if it is very long, suppose I am telling, if it is a long route from here to till bus stand, it takes more time. Suppose if you go by shortcut, it takes 5 minutes. Like that only, these muscles, this is actually called, there is some chemistry in the muscle also. Muscles have protein which makes the muscle cells to come closer. Cellular respiration, cellular particles of the muscle or muscle cells will come very closer, and the distance is reduced and electrical impulses easily pass through the spinal cord and reaches to the brain, and again brain will interpret in that way. So tissues also play important role in sending the message, carrying the message. So their function is to what? Brain control and coordinate all the activities of the body. So brain has 3 parts: forebrain, midbrain and brain. So forebrain is divided in what? Different activities. But cerebellum is not divided because it works as a control center of the what? Brain. So this hindbrain divided into 3 parts, because one will regulate respiration, one will regulate posture and balance, one will regulate the heartbeat, BP, sugar, internal. These all involuntary actions are controlled by medulla for some time. Okay. So this is about brain and its functions. Okay. Then remaining things we will discuss later. Thank you.